Since getting my Sony A7C 6 months ago, I have taken it with me everywhere I have gone. This is my camera review for the Sony A7C. This review is based on my user experience with the Sony A7C in the past 6 months. Like, comment, and subscribe in the description below to hang out with me. One of the best features of the Sony A7C is the articulated screen. The ability to turn it out and turn the screen towards you so you can do a little blogging is absolutely fantastic. This makes it really easy to see yourself as you talk to the camera, whether you've got it on a GorillaPod or a tripod and you're out in the field. What also makes the articulated screen fantastic is that you can close it and then as you're taking your pictures, see what's on the screen. What I like is if I'm going high with the camera, I can take the screen and turn it down low, so this way I can look up. Same thing if I'm holding it low, I can get it down like this and still see what I'm seeing, even though I can't look through the eyepiece. One of the drawbacks of the screen is that when you're in direct sunlight, it's hard to see. No problem. What you do then is you just put your eye up to the eyepiece and then you're good to go. Nice. Another feature that makes the A7C stand out is its variety of styles that you can shoot in. When you're taking photos, if you go to page 1114, there are 13 different creative styles. These are absolutely fantastic to play with, and within each style, you can change the contrast, the saturation, and the sharpness. You can add or subtract each one. What I like about this is they are more of a catalyst to your creativity than a substitute for your creativity. With 13 different creative styles, it just gets you thinking and how you can take it and use it to make it your own or create your own preset, which I really like. You also have the different picture effects. Now these are kind of ridiculous, but they're also really fun and there's a whole bunch of those and you need to explore them. Whether you use them or not, you add them into your holster or your toolkit for things that you can use for your phone. Hey, someday you might want to use that toy picture effect, right? That's a good one. Picture profiles. When you go to shoot video, there are 8 different picture profiles for shooting your video. You can shoot in S-Log2 and S-Log3. I have just begun to dip my feet into shooting in S-Log2, and I really like it. It has expanded my imagination for how I can visualize something and then shoot it and then color grade it to get an emotion. What I love about this feature is that I've got 8 different things to shoot from, and it really gets my creative energy going. My camera review is now going to get 10 times better because when your daughter brings you home a little something, we're going to pick up the pace of why we like the A7C just so much. Here we go. If there is one thing that I have struggled with this camera, it's that when I've put it onto a picture profile and look through the eyepiece, you get that nice gray look to your image, and it's kind of confused me at times because then when I've switched back to the photo mode, I still get that image. It's one of the things that I've had to learn with using this camera is that I want to turn off the picture profile for my video so I get a truer look through the eyepiece of what the image looks like. That really is the only drawback that I've discovered in my 6 months of using the Sony A7C. I absolutely, positively love the versatility of the camera. One of the things that I've really enjoyed is when I've been in a social situation and I want to run and gun with the camera. Putting it on auto has been absolutely incredible. It tells you what kind of photo, it reads whether it's portrait, landscape, if it needs to be backlit, and it adjusts so quickly. In doing this, one also has to say that the autofocus is really good. Watch any other review out there on YouTube and they all talk about how quick the autofocus is, and it does do a great job of focusing. I've also enjoyed playing with the other modes on the camera. Put it in the S and Q mode. go to the slow and quick mode and learn how to take a sunrise or a sunset. It's nice to have, once again, that tool in your tool bag of something you can do. So whether you shoot in your backyard a sunset or you go on vacation, you can take a nice sunrise and sunset. It is fantastic. When it comes to versatility, I've also enjoyed putting it in manual mode and just having a fun time balancing the ISO with the aperture and the shutter speed. One of the best ways to get better at photography and video is constantly thinking in your head that nice triangular balance of ISO, aperture, and shutter speed, and then playing with my depth of field. This camera makes it absolutely, positively so much fun to be a photographer and to play director or Spielberg or Tarantino. Included in that versatility, what I like is that I can shoot in 4K 24 frames, but I can also shoot in high definition 120 frames. Knowing that I can take a piece of video clip and get that smooth slow motion, that's a plus. The image quality on the A7C really is mind-blowing. For someone who's jumping into a full-frame sensor camera, I have been completely captivated by the range of colors that the camera has been able to capture in a variety of different lighting situations. Most of the situations I've been in have been using ambient light, but it's been nice to find the correct exposure in all these situations. To help me capture these great images, I've got two lenses. My first lens that I've been using is the Sony 50mm 1.8 lens. This lens has been great to experiment with in portraits and a little bit of landscapes and just some video work around the house. But the lens that I really love to help me capture the great images is the Tamron 28-75 2.8 lens. I highly recommend you get this lens for your Sony A7C to make the image quality come to life in whatever situation you're shooting it. And now it's time for more coffee. As I've become more familiar with working with the A7C in the last 6 months, one of the things I enjoy is that there are two ways to do one thing. Let's say you want to change how you're focusing the camera. What you can do is you go ahead and you hit the function button, and then you can use the spin dial to go over focus. Once it's highlighted in the focus, you can then spin the dial and it comes to the top, and then you can go single shot, automatic, continuous autofocus, DMF, or manual focus. The other way to do this is to just hit the OK button, and then it will come on the side of the camera, and you can do that as well. So what they've created are two ways to change any of the variables in the basic menu settings on the back of the camera. I love it. Finally, who is this camera for? Who needs the A7C? The Sony A7C is a great place to start for enthusiasts and vloggers and content creators to get their feet into the world. I see this as a nice entry-level camera. Although the price of entry is a little steep, you can still get there without breaking the bank. When you have a camera like this, it's going to teach you everything that you need to know. The relative simplicity of the camera is what gives this camera its joy. At no time did I really feel overwhelmed with all the things that it could do. I felt that these were all within my grasp, and I knew that if I bumped up to a bigger camera or a more professional camera, I would quickly become overwhelmed with all that it could do and feel a need to do everything that the camera is capable of. My name is Oliver Weah. Remember to like, comment, subscribe in the description below, and I will see you out there on the roads of photography and video. Click, 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 click. Oh, I don't have to click, click, click. I can actually, boom. No way is that a bug. Oh my God, bug. Kill it. Oh. Fueling up, baby. Now it's empty.